I'm sure that out there are solutions to the untethered rocket car problem. However, in this student mindfulness exercise, as a part of my website, I've chosen to ignore those things and put myself in the shoes of the student. This exercise began with me launching a untethered 30 Newton rocket car with a SSD engine. With 3 attempts, the car seems utterly out of control. The question is, can students armed with the contents of a typical model rocket kit that includes cardboard tubes, rings, and a little bit of balsa master the challenge put before them? I've challenged myself with this problem and kept the video camera running. The damage is obvious and adjustments need to be made. As with all the cases in the mindfulness portion of this website, I don't know how things are going to end up. In other words, I don't have access to the teacher's manual here. I'm creating the manual as I go. Let's review the previous launches of the 30 Newton rocket car. Although very fun to record and observe, the car doesn't seem stable. Although the tests of the 30 Newton rocket car have been ongoing, this particular video only focuses on the latest adaptations made. The process begins with some 2mm beads. They serve as some spacers / bearings for the expanded axle of the rocket car. As I run the beads along the axle, the project begins to take shape. As has been observed from previous tests, the rocket car has a tendency to spin. Although I doubt that the rocket car will follow a perfectly straight path, I feel like with a greater expanse of the axle, with a greater footprint, the car will remain much more stable. This is a fun but tedious process, and it takes a little bit of practice. The change in axle width is from 12mm to about 25mm. Hopefully, this adjustment will pay off in the end. From previous launches, I learned a lot about how this rocket car is working. Now that I have the beads in place, I begin to replace the wheels. This is a combination of needed repairs along with adjustments. I use tubes to further reinforce the axle, creating a sheath around the beads. And by the way, don't cut things on your leg like this. You might get some nicks. Out of cardboard, I create A-frames for the axles. With a little glue, this car is ready for another run.